देश में एक अंतर्राष्ट्रीय मीडिया संस्थान की ओर से फोन टैपिंग और जासूसी से संबंधित रिपोर्ट प्रकाशित किए जाने के बाद इसे लेकर घमासान है। संसद के मॉनसून सत्र की शुरुआत में एक दिन पहले आई इस रिपोर्ट पर सदन में भी हंगामा हुआ, तो केंद्रीय दूरसंचार मंत्री को सफाई देनी पड़ी। केंद्रीय आईटी मंत्री अश्विनी वैष्णव ने फोन टैपिंग से जासूसी के आरोप को गलत बताया। अश्विनी वैष्णव ने लोकसभा में कहा कि डेटा का जासूसी से कोई संबंध नहीं, जो रिपोर्ट पेश की गई है वो भ्रामक है। अश्विनी वैष्णव ने कहा कि इस आरोप का कोई आधार नहीं है। उन्होंने कहा कि इस तरह के आरोप पहले भी लगाए गए हैं, पर इसके कोई ठोस सबूत सामने नहीं आए। सुनिए केंद्रीय आईटी मंत्री अश्विनी वैष्णव का बड़ा बयान।
Honorable Speaker, sir, I rise to make a statement on reported use of spyware Pegasus to compromise phone data of some persons. A highly sensational story was published by a web portal yesterday night. Many over-the-top allegations have been made around this story. Honorable Speaker, sir, the press reports have appeared a day before the monsoon session of the Parliament. This cannot be a coincidence, Honorable Speaker, sir. In the past, similar claims were made regarding the use of Pegasus on WhatsApp. Those reports had no factual basis and were categorically denied by all parties, including in the Supreme Court. The press reports of 18 July 2021 also appear to be an attempt to malign the Indian democracy and its well-established institutions. We cannot fault those who haven't read the news story in detail, and I request all honorable members of the House to examine the issues on facts and logic. The basis of this report is that there is a consortium which has got access to a leaked database of 50,000 phone numbers. The allegation is that individuals linked to these phone numbers were being spied upon. However, the report says that the presence of a phone number in the data does not reveal whether a device was infected with Pegasus or subject to an attempted hack. Without subjecting the phone to this technical analysis, it is not possible to conclusively state whether it witnessed an attempted hack or was successfully compromised. Honorable Speaker, sir, the report itself clarifies that presence of a number in the list does not amount to snooping. Honorable Speaker, sir, now let us examine what the NSO, the company which owns the technology, has said. I quote, NSO Group believes that claims that you have provided with are based on misleading interpretation of leaked data from basic information such as HLR lookup services, which have no bearing on the list of the customers' targets of Pegasus or any other NSO products. Such services are openly available to anyone, anywhere and anytime, and are commonly used by governmental agencies as well as by private companies worldwide. It is beyond dispute that the data has nothing to do with surveillance or with NSO, so there can be no factual basis to suggest that a use of the data somehow equates to surveillance. I highlight, sir, NSO has also said that the list of countries shown using Pegasus is incorrect. And many countries mentioned are not even our clients. It also said that most of its clients are Western countries. It is evident, Honorable Chairman, sir, Speaker, sir, that NSO has also clearly rubbished the claims in the report. Honorable Speaker, sir, let us look at India's established protocols when it comes to surveillance. I am sure my colleagues in the opposition who have been in government for years are very well aware of these protocols. Since they have governed the country, they would also be aware that any form of illegal surveillance is not possible with the checks and balances in our laws and robust institutions. In India, there is a well-established procedure through which lawful interception of electronic communication is carried out for the purpose of national security, particularly on the occurrence of any public emergency or in the interest of public safety by agencies at the center in the state. These requests are the request for these lawful interception of electronic communication are made as per the relevant rules under the provisions of Section 5(2) of the Indian Telegraph Act 1885 and Section 69 of the Information Technology Act 2000. Each case of interception, Honorable Speaker Sir, is approved by the competent authority. These powers are also available to the competent authority in the state governments as per the IT Procedure and Safeguards for Interception, Monitoring and Decryption of Information Rules 2009. There is a very well established oversight mechanism in the form of a review committee headed by the Union Cabinet Secretary. In case of a state government, such cases are reviewed by a committee headed by the Chief Secretary concerned. The law also provides an adjudication process for those people who are adversely affected by any such incident. The procedure therefore ensures that any interception or monitoring of any information is done as per due process of law. The framework and institutions have withstood the test of time, Honorable Speaker Sir. In conclusion, I humbly submit that the publisher of the report states that it cannot say if the numbers in the published list were under surveillance. Second, the company whose technology was allegedly used has denied these claims outrightly, and the time-tested procedures of our country are well established to ensure that unauthorized surveillance cannot occur. Honorable Speaker Sir, when we look at this issue through the prism of logic, it clearly emerges that there is no substance whatsoever behind this sensationalism. Thank you, Honorable Speaker Sir.